This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances has the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'll tell you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalks and obey signs. Lights and reflectors should be used. And finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778, 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective June 1st. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis. A complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all. Color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalks and obey signs. Lights and reflectors should be used. And finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
checking me out on today, wherever you may be, however you're listening. Me out once again on today. There we go. Today, man, another big edition that we got for you on today, man. So, a little bit late today, man. A little technical difficulties, but we go as of right now. And I appreciate y'all that are tuning in. Also, if you get an opportunity to share this video, please do so. Hit the little share button down on the bottom of the screen or wherever, whether you're on the laptop, on your phone, iPad, desktop computer, wherever you are, just hit that little share button. Hit the like. Free to leave it or to call in and join the conversation. 901-213-6020. So, it's not any shock, man, if you guys may have a clue as to what I may be talking about today. I'm kind of going to spend the majority of my time on this afternoon talking about what has been the biggest story in sports once again, and really always is every time it's raised as an issue, and that is Colin Kaepernick and the NFL. And if you guys caught us this morning, you kind of have an idea of what my thoughts are and what our thoughts were this morning as well. But, I've been thinking throughout the day, and there's so much to this that I feel like I want to give it the fair amount of analysis that it deserves, because it's a very important issue concerning race in this country, concerning the NFL, and, most importantly, at least to the player involved, Colin Kaepernick. So this weekend, as we all know, we all felt that something was going to go down when it came to Kaepernick and the situation that went on with him and the NFL. But we didn't exactly know what it was going to lead to. What was going to happen on that ill-fated Saturday. We found out last Tuesday that the NFL had said to Colin Kaepernick, hey, look, we're going to set up this workout for you. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. And immediately, antennas started to go up and off in regard to that situation. In a negative way. Oh, set up. Even Kaepernick said he felt like something was not right the entire week. But, this is what we heard all week. What we heard was Kaepernick jumped on the opportunity and said, hey, this is what I've been waiting on. This is what I've been looking for. An opportunity to prove that I'm ready to go, that we're ready to go, him being his team, and that, hey, let's get it. I am ready to play in the NFL again. So, there's a lot into that, man. So, what ended up happening this weekend, as if you don't know by now, everything that went down from 30 minutes before the scheduled 25 teams representatives were at the facility, at the Atlanta Falcons facility. It kind of went down. They found out Kaepernick was not coming. They found out that they had a disagreement with the NFL, and found out that he was going to do his workout elsewhere in, I think they said 51 miles south from the actual arena, from the workout facility in Flowery Post, or wherever that is in Georgia, where the Falcons play. So, all the way down south, 51 miles. And I've heard some things as well that were kind of interesting. That, number one, and I really thought about this, it takes some time to organize a workout at a high school. And I'm sure with him being Colin Kaepernick, it wouldn't take nearly as long, especially if they don't have anything going on down there. But it's interesting, and this is why I feel like it was kind of premeditated, because you had fans that already knew where to go and were there waiting on Kaepernick on short notice. You had the facilities ready and waiting for him. The camera crew was ready and waiting, even though clearly said they were not going to allow him to have his camera crew with him during his workout, but they were ready to go on pretty quick notice to head down to the high school. And you also have to have advance notice. You got to talk to the school, you got to talk to the athletic directors at the high schools and get permission and however amount of time you're going to use it and stuff like that. So that was interesting to me. But first off, before I get into too much else, just to be an open conversation about the situation. And if you have any thoughts on it, you're more welcome to call in 901-213-6020. Once again, 901-213-6020. So before I go any further, and if y'all got thoughts on that right now, feel more than welcome to go ahead and hit me up. But right now, we're going to go ahead and play a clip of Colin Kaepernick and his response after the workouts were over. So y'all take a listen to this and give me your thoughts on how he sounded and what you make out of that situation. So let me get it up here so that we can make it do what it do. Once again, the numbers, just remind you, 901-213-6020. And here it is for you to see and listen to.
I appreciate y'all coming out. That means a lot to me. Our biggest thing with everything today was making sure we had transparency in what went on. We weren't getting that elsewhere, so that y'all are here. Y'all been attacked for the last 3 years. Y'all continue to be attacked. We appreciate what y'all do. We appreciate you being here today. We appreciate the work you do for the people and telling the truth. That's what we want in everything. I've been ready for 3 years. I appreciate y'all coming out. We're out here. We're ready to play. We're ready to go anywhere. My agent, Jeff Nally, is ready to talk to any team, interview with any team at any time. I've been ready. I'm staying ready. And I'll continue to be ready. And to all the people that came out here today to support, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. To the people that aren't here, I'm thinking of you. I appreciate you supporting from where you are. We'll continue to give you updates as we hear. We'll be waiting to hear from Roger Goodell, the NFL, the 32 teams. We'll let you know if we hear from them. Ball's in their court. We're ready to go. I appreciate y'all.
All right, so there it is. It's Colin Kaepernick. Here's some of his thoughts from the the workout, that is. But before we go any further, we're gonna get a call. Well, we had a call come in just now. I'm gonna get him to call back in just a moment. And if you want to call in, you're more welcome to do so. 901-213-6020. So you heard his thoughts there, and he was rather, I'm not gonna say belligerent or anything, but he was pretty, defiant in what he was saying. Let's go to the phone lines before I go any further.
Call from
Hank.
And Hank, what's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing much.
So how you feeling on this this Monday, man? Post Kaepernick Monday, I guess you could say, after all that went down. How do you feel about it? Do you feel any different about him in this situation? Yeah.
Well, let me answer a question with a question of my own. Did you watch the Stephen A. Smith rant?
I did. Yeah, and I saw him this morning also. I'm gonna play a clip of that as well. Get y'all's thoughts, but go ahead.
Well, I think Stephen A. Smith was just a tad bit hard on him.
Okay.
I think he was a tad bit hard on him. I don't think that he did it for, like, when he said he did it for.
So before I go any further,
I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I do agree that Colin Kaepernick probably doesn't want to play football like he did before. I don't think that he has got the same drive for it. Obviously, I reserve the right to change my mind about that. But as far as him going out of the way saying that he just did it for the attention,
mm-hmm.
I disagree with that because it doesn't look like he got paid just to get attention.
No.
You know, I mean, there are some things that I could give opinion about the whole, Neil and Durham national anthem thing. Bring that to the light, but in this situation, it's like beating a dead horse. Why would he want to beat himself even more? Maybe he just made the conscious decisions towards the end. I mean, this could be on a film documentary one day where he all of a sudden has a stroke and says, "You know what? I'm not ready for that now. I'm ready."
Well,
and maybe that's what it is.
I'm gonna tell you, it's indeed to be unfair because if somebody had his film crew there, and I'm pretty sure they got this documented for some type of future production at a later time at some point. But to me, man, here's my thing. If you go, this was technically and literally, I guess you could say, a job interview. And this is kind of the phrase you're kind of hearing a lot from different pundits. But I was feeling that way this weekend. And you know what the dispute has been between yourself and the NFL for a long time. And you know that you feel you can't trust the NFL. But at the same time, you so badly want to play for that organization. I guess that is the part I don't quite understand. I know he loves football. But at the same time, if you're going to come for a job interview and you come and you basically out verbally, your bosses, your potential boss that could potentially be hiring you for whatever reason, and then say, "Hire me." All of y'all are liars, but y'all still want you to sign me anyway. I'll come and play for your team. The main reason why he's not getting signed, the whole race aspect of it, is business-wise, they are scared to sign him. I don't think they're necessarily scared of what he's going to do. I think they're scared of their fans' reactions. And Hank, I know you see on Facebook all the time the people that still hate him for whatever reason, definitely rooted in racism, a lot of it, because I agree with his stance and why he did it. But at the same time, I do somewhat understand if these teams don't feel like he's worth the risk, especially after this. But go ahead.
No, and I'm with you on this. And whatever his excuse was for not showing up, he had 20 NFL teams, I heard, that were going to look at him. That's correct, isn't it? I don't know, around 20 teams.
25, they were waiting on him, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. That's the problem that I have with it, is whatever excuse you did have, you pretty much just solidified your personality. Gosh, I think a lot of his not being hired is root,
mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it's his character, it's his personality. I mean, we tend to forget that, before all this national anthem stuff, he didn't really have the best personality in the world. He really had terrible character a lot of times. And I think that this just kind of solidified that too. I mean, you got to remember the NFL, they watch him way closer than any fan ever does. They know, like you said, they don't think he's worth it. And I just don't see him being I think he's got another chance. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I think he does. And I think that, I don't know if it'll be an owner, but maybe like a general manager might take a chance on him, being like, "Look, our team needs a little bit more publicity right now," and he still somewhat has it. He could be a backup,
mm-hmm.
and once he makes that field, man, so I do see another chance for him. I really do.
Yeah. Okay, man. Hey, well, that's a lot of great points, Hank, and I appreciate the call again, brother.
All right. Talk to you soon, my friend.
Yes, sir. All right. That's my guy, Hank, calling in, giving his thoughts on the situation. If you got thoughts, feel free to chime on in, 901-213-6020, and get in on this Colin Kaepernick discussion. Also, leave your comments on Facebook as well. We're live on multiple platforms there as well. See, and that's my thing, man. You talk about, let's look at the preconditions, because this was the most argued point, was and is the waiver. And I'm curious, I know we're going to have Dominic Lawson on tomorrow, and I'm really curious his thoughts on this when it comes to the business of sports, because this is business and sports intersecting at its highest form when you talk about contracts and legal documents, things of that nature. So, according to who you talk to, you hear from Kaepernick's people, they're saying that the waiver that the NFL brought down was unusual in nature, relinquishing some of the rights of Colin Kaepernick, as well as asking for some unusual things. Then the NFL is unusual as a standard employee. And from what I've heard that it says is that it was basically absolving the NFL of any legal obligation, meaning legal ramifications, I'll put it that way. Obligation is the wrong word, but ramifications for the NFL, meaning that if he were not to get signed, the NFL did not want Kaepernick to turn around and sue them because of him not getting signed by another team. Because what they feel is this is an open forum where we give you an opportunity to work out for these teams and sign you or not. And they're saying we don't want you to hold us accountable or try to hold us accountable legally if they don't sign you and try to sue us again for collusion. Now, do I think the NFL colluded against Kaepernick in the beginning? Yes. As a matter of fact, I think all of this going on now with the NFL and the teams coming together to do this workout kind of proves that they colluded, because they're working together in order to kind of push the situation under the rug, so to speak. So I can see why Kaepernick would kind of look sideways at that, but I think when it comes down to it, if all it was a document to sign for him to not sue the league if he doesn't get signed, I don't think that's a big enough deal for you to not sign it. And I do agree with GKP, and there's some more people coming in. I got Greg's I'm reading in a minute. GKP says it all comes down to whose report you believe, period. And that's true. That's 100% true, because I've heard so many different reports. But here's the thing that really got me. Stephen A. Smith aside, right? I know he's got a lot of detractors. I'm not as big of a detractor of his as other people, but I do understand where they come from in a lot of instances. But in this one, I don't necessarily disagree. I don't disagree, because if you want to play, you kind of need to act like it. I'm not saying you kowtow, you be a punk or whatever the case may be. But in this situation, to me, he literally did everything the opposite of how you'd want to do if you want to get hired by anybody. That's just my opinion. Now, the strongest argument to that point was what I saw from Shannon Sharpe. Now, if you know Shannon Sharpe, or some people call Uncle Shay, he is for Kaepernick. Everywhere I've seen, Shannon Sharpe spent months and months and months and months and months and years virtually voice for Kaepernick media. Almost a negotiating tactic, using Shannon Sharpe and his unrelenting assault at the NFL owners. He even is walling, which you're going to hear in a moment, how the NFL didn't blackball him, they whiteballed him, meaning all the white owners got together and made sure that Kaepernick. And I do agree that was wrong. You're never going to have me argue, that situation. But I think we're getting into another territory now. And I want to play here before I go any further. I want to play this clip from Shannon Sharpe from this morning, from their show Undisputed. And I think this was powerful because, again, he was one of the biggest voices for Colin Kaepernick all the way up until last week, which he was speaking very strongly. I saw last week, he said himself, he doesn't like what the NFL is doing, giving him short notice to prepare for this. He said that it doesn't smell right. But how does it smell now to Shannon Sharpe? Well, I'm going to let you guys be the judge of that. I got so you can see it and also listen to it if you're listening on Spreaker. Y'all take and a listen to this.
Before the workout was set to begin, Kaepernick announced he would be conducting his own workout at a local Atlanta area high school instead. Kaepernick's agent said they changed the venue because of the unusual liability waiver the NFL asked Colin to sign and because the league would not allow media to attend the workout. Kaepernick threw for 45 minutes in front of reps from 8 NFL teams, and afterwards Cap said he has been ready to play for the past 3 years and the ball is now in the league's court. So Shannon, from all of this, what is your biggest takeaway?
I'm disappointed with how Cap handled the situation. I think everybody knows that's watched this show for the last 3 years, Skip. I've been one of Cap's biggest supporters. You and I this, I believe, every single day for about 3 or 4 months. When everybody else touched on it at the beginning and left the subject, and I talked about it. I talked to Cap. I knew how much he wanted to get back into the league. And I even coined the term. I said, I said, Cap has been whiteballed. That has not changed. But the way he handled this situation, Skip, now, he knew that he received this on a very short notice. He could have said, my representative have just that the NFL has set up a workout for me. I will get back to you as soon as I know more details. He jumped in head first. So you knew this was going to be on a Saturday. He turns around because what he did, Skip, he's in his camp and his supporters says the NFL wants to control the narrative. Well, the NFL says we damn sure not going to let you control the narrative. And he walked into a trap that they set because by him changing, that's more trouble than what he's worth. Now, you had 25 was there because let me tell you what happens. And I'm going to put it in terms that people can understand. Skip Bayless, let's just say for the sake of argument, there's something going on. You don't really want to attend anyway.
Okay.
30 minutes before you're supposed to get there, you receive a call said, we're moving the venue. What you think you're going to do? Thank you. And that's what 25 did. That's what 17 of the 25 that were there, they said, no, we good.
Well, it's the drive. It's over an hour.
It's in a Flowery Branch.
North.
That's what north. Way north.
And this high school
is south.
Way south.
And I know people say, well, but if they came there, they could have saw him play. Riverdale is like the airport, like 15, 20 minutes away.
True.
But they didn't want to be there to begin with. So this was my thing is, Skip, if you wanted the media to be there, you could have just scheduled your own workout. You see, what Cap is trying to do is Cap is trying to appease an audience that has no role in him getting a job. You can showcase your talent for the media all you want to. You can try to appease your fan base all you want to, but they will play no role in you getting a job. Cap, you show up to a job interview with a Kunta Kinte shirt? You trying to antagonize? I get it. Cap keeping it real. Cap gonna keep it real and keep being unemployed.
Yep.
Because the people, and then he came out as like belligerent, like angry. NFL 32 owners, Roger Goodell, stop running. Scouts, tell your bosses I'm Really? So you know what they saying? This is it. We good. Bro, I came out here. Those that saw me saw the way that I can still throw the football. I can still play at a very, very high level. All I want now, if anybody that's going to watch this video, hopefully the people that were in attendance, they can go back and tell their people to bring me in for a closer look. I have no problem. But to defiantly say, bro, when you're dealing with men of wealth and power, they do not like to be told what to do. And when normally, and through my experience, when you tell someone like that, do this or else, they'll always choose else. I thought there was a very, very small chance. I thought it was like on Saturn that he could get back. But this has moved way past Pluto. I don't see a scenario that Colin Kaepernick plays another down in the NFL.
So there it is. There is, at least in my opinion, one of the more powerful voices in sports media. And, that has strongly advocated for Colin Kaepernick for years, since the beginning, has had personal interactions and discussions with him. Who's are going to be going forward? This, that, and the other. And he says he thinks Kaepernick handled the entire situation badly. And that's exactly the way I feel, man. Waiver or no waiver, I just think you cannot say that you desperately want a job and do everything that he did, and then be mad that the NFL has the response that they did. The NFL is angry. Jay-Z, I can imagine, is angry. And y'all know how I felt about Jay-Z, right? And I was very strong in my opinions of feeling that he is sold out to some degree. But if he was in any way, I don't know how that would be possible. I don't know how much I believe those reports, but the people that have said it, it makes me wonder. If he's in any way possible responsible for helping this situation go down, I don't blame him for being upset. Go back to the phones.
Call from
Greg.
And Greg, welcome to the show. How you doing, brother?
Man, what it do, Josh?
Man, just chilling on a Kaepernick aftermath Monday. You know, it doesn't rhyme.
Man, look, Josh, I'm gonna be brief. Look,
right.
I'm glad you played that because I hadn't heard that. I don't listen to ESPN enough to follow Shannon Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So, but man, that last part he said about I guess basically the public having anything to do with him getting a job with the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly I called Mr. Lawson earlier today. That's exactly what I told him. Why it shouldn't have mattered that he wanted, outside media to see this. We don't have a choice in whether you get hired in the NFL or not. The public.
Exactly.
So what was the point of that other than trying to absolutely control everything? And how are you trying to get paid millions? But then you're going to try to dictate the terms on how you're going to get the millions. You can't do that, man. And then on top of that, it's already dubious from just a simple standpoint of how you got out the league in the first place.
Exactly. Whether right or wrong. Yeah. Because, like I said, I never had a problem with the initial stance and the initial sacrifice. But what I feel happened is, I know this is harsh, but whatever. I think he is comfortable being what a lot of people say, a martyr or a sacrifice for the cause or a sympathetic figure, meaning he likes this attention that's probably being more monetarily than anything he could do in the NFL at this point. I mean, just look at everything, like all this documentation. I guarantee you're going to see a documentary come out of this.
I'm sure.
And it's going to be on sale. It's going to be on sale to networks, and it's going to be on sale for Blu-ray and for download and all that stuff. Because I'm not cool with it, man. And I think the unintended, other than the Kaepernick fans, and there's a lot of them, right? Especially, the African-American community, black folks, even me, right? Up until this weekend, I'm like, I hope it all works out. And it literally went as bad as it possibly could have. And it looks like, to me, and I'm going to let you finish a bit, but it looks like to me that this was almost a situation because people don't realize he not show up to the Atlanta facility. It wasn't like he was on his way there. Right. He wasn't. From the things I've heard, it almost seems like this was planned from the hundreds of fans that somehow knew where this other high school was and knew he was going to be there. I'm talking about hundreds, not like 20 or 30. Hundreds of people already there? Where? What? No. And then you have to reserve time to work out at a high school. You can't just show up and jump the fence. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just crazy, man. I'm not down with it. But go ahead, Greg. I'm sorry.
Man, and that's a good rant, Josh. And see, the thing about it is, Shannon Sharp kind of alluded to it, too, that maybe this was the NFL's plan. I don't know how the NFL planned to have him change the venue the way they did, Now, did the NFL probably have some kind of hope that, okay, we need things to go awry?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's what he meant. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Probably. Now, can I say, I'm not going to sit here and say that those 20 whatever teams that initially showed up, that they didn't want to be there. I mean, if they didn't want to be there, they wouldn't have been there. So what happened to the other teams?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Now, here's the other part I found kind of strange.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a Saturday. Most of the teams have a game Sunday.
Yes.
No, he wasn't going to have no NFL receivers out there. I don't know why. How did you expect to have NFL receivers there when Sunday is the game day?
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't make any sense.
Now, that's the part that I found really strange. That so.
Hey, you know what?
I don't know, man. I hate it went down this way myself.
I do too, and I'm gonna tell you, to your point, what I didn't like most out of all of this, waiver aside, because I've heard so many different versions, and a lot of lawyers and legal analytics are looking into it. About what was on the waiver and what wasn't. And I know that's important to a degree. But my thing is this. When it comes to the cameras, that seemed like it was the tipping point when he wanted his own, people to come in and film it, right? And the NFL, look, he asked this the day of the workout. He knew, the NFL told him Tuesday that this is going to be private, closed to the media, but we will give you the raw footage for you to have, and we will give the other 32 teams, the footage that's recorded by the Atlanta Falcons crew on the crew there, and that he would get raw footage for him to keep and do whatever he wants with. He says he wants his own guys to come record. I'm not saying that's an unfair thing to ask. I'm saying it's ridiculous to ask that the day of, let alone an hour before. You know what I'm saying? That is insane. That literally means you didn't want to go. That's what it sounds like to me. It means you didn't want to go. And then you don't tell people in advance. You wait till every team's representative is sitting in the Atlanta Falcons facility, CNN standing outside, Fox News, whoever else, waiting on Cap to show up. You wait until everything is set for you to call and say, well, I'm not heading down there. I'm headed 51 miles south to a high school, and I want all of them to come down and meet us. You cannot tell me Kaepernick realistically expected those NFL scouts to drive 50 miles south to a high school. He knew they weren't going to show up. I think he was shocked those 8 teams showed up that still came down there. I'm that one of the teams was reportedly my Titans, as crazy redneck as our Titan Nashville fans are. They probably going to boycott just for that, but that's a whole nother thing. But but what do you say to that? What do you say to that?
Well, man, look, all right. So I was listening to Sports Center early this afternoon at a customer's house, and they were saying that Hugh Jackson, who was supposed to run this thing, right?
Yeah, I heard about that. Go ahead.
He gets a call from Cap's people, as he gets off the plane.
Yeah.
He's at the airport, just got off the plane. He gets a call from Cap's people saying, the thing you've been changed is now 50 miles away from here. And they said, Hugh Jackson said, all right, then, got back on the plane. And it was like, I'm out,
Look.
And it's like, man, these people, first of all, and I'm not defending the NFL, but I'm just disappointed with the process of this all, man. Yeah. This was his chance. This was his chance. But you tried to cuddle up to the people that can't get you the job, the public. All those people that watched that workout, none of them had anything to do with him getting back in the NFL.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you something else too. To me, and look, like I said, for anybody listening, you may disagree, and that's no problem. But my thing is, don't take this as me taking up for the league, because the league has been crooked throughout this whole process, including telling Kaepernick on Tuesday, hey, we got this workout set for you. I know you didn't know nothing about it, and we need you to agree in 2 days, or else it's off. So that smelt weird. I can't lie to you. But all I'm saying is, on Kaepernick's part is the main place I'm looking. Because you have to know, every time you say, hey, I don't trust, I want a job in the league, I desperately want to get back. Then he talks to the media and says, hey, Roger Goodell, quit running from me. 32 owners quit running from me. You running from the truth. What truth? What are you talking about? Now you done lost your mind because I don't understand what truth they're running from other than the collusion maybe. But y'all settled on that, so I guess that's over. So what truth are they running from other than your afro? I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I just say this. You can't bully people to paying you millions of dollars.
No.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. You know what they say, Josh? Big bank take little bank every time.
Exactly. That's it. And at the end of the day,
big bank take little bank every time.
At the end of the day, Kaepernick Bank is fine, and I think he knows that. And I don't think he really wants back in the league. I think he wants to continue this soap opera for as much as possible, and just see how much you can get out of it. But the danger of this is, even on his part, is you're going to start losing people, man. And I've already seen social media, people, defending them because they're kind of blindly, at least in my opinion, looking at just one line on this. But I don't know, man. It just is what it is. I hate it went down this way. And for Shannon Sharp, you know how much Shannon's been talking.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just common sense sees common sense. It just is what it is.
It is, and like I said, I just stand by what I said. You can't bully people and you can't shame them into paying you millions of dollars.
No.
You can't do it. I ain't saying he got to totally acquiesce and roll over his back and expose his belly.
No.
But you got to play some part of the game. You got to play some part. I mean, good grief, man. I don't know. It's just really, really, really disappointing. That's all it is. It's really disappointing.
It is.
No
doubt.
And but it leads to some kind of thought pattern that I had in the onset of everything, just about 3 years ago, was that is this all about, the whole, anthem thing, or is it more to it with him? To why nobody wants to deal with him. When people tend to get militant, right, and whatnot, they tend their attitude and all that seems to change as well.
Yeah.
Whereas a person used to be, funny, outgoing, outspoken, then they become stoic and standoffish, and got their dog on all the time. Did that play into this? It's hard to say because everybody just ran from you like that?
It's something weird. It's crazy. And, Eric Reed, kind of speaking from the NFL, is like, yeah, get him, Cap, and I'm like, man, you're working for the league right now, but whole other thing. But, But Greg, man, I appreciate the call, brother. I'm going to get out of here in a second, but, good stuff again, and I appreciate it as always.
All right, man. Josh, man, I appreciate you giving me some time.
Oh, absolutely, brother.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too, man. All right, that's Greg with some thoughts. And that's basically going to do it for me, man. If y'all got any thoughts and you want to hit us up, got a few seconds here to do so. 901-213-6020. I know I got started kind of late, kind of cut the time some for where we were. But that's all I want, man. I want people to think. Give it a little perspective. Dominic, I just saw your comment, man, laughing. He was laughing at when I said show up and jump the fence. Can you imagine that? This is the visual of Kaepernick and his fro jumping the fence and at a high school and just say, hey, we're going to work out here. But now, it's crazy to me. And at the end of the day, whether people, want to think I'm being real on this or not, I am truly disappointed that it had to turn out this way. Because I didn't really feel it needed to, but here we are. And what does this mean? Now think about this. Once again, the entire point of Kaepernick's movement has been lost. And why? Why was it lost? What was the point? And I'm about to get fired up again. What was the whole point of his protest? It wasn't about him. It was about the black men and women that were getting killed by police in this country, by racial inequality along all lines. That's what this was about. And one time did Kaepernick bring it up at his workout? The one time he was in front of the camera with the media sitting right there with a prime opportunity to bring attention to that situation again for the real reason why the NFL blackballed you in the first place, for the real reason why everybody wants to talk about, everybody's forgot the real reason. Well, who was really the one that forgot the real reason? Is the originator the one that really forgot what he was really doing in the first place, where it became him versus Jay-Z in the NFL instead of him versus racial inequality in this country? If you're an activist, what are you really doing supporting Cap at this point if he cannot properly articulate what's really going on? That's my problem again. In the midst of all of this, Kaepernick, where is the real issue that you kneeled for? Is this now a personal vendetta between you and the NFL? Is this more about you than the actual cause? And Cap's done great things, don't get me wrong. Outside, out of the press, out of all of that stuff, right? And especially when the situation first started. But all I'm saying is, have we lost sight? Has he lost sight of what the movement really was in the first place? Does that Kuta Kinte shirt you wore have anything to do with the issue? No, it doesn't. And you lose leverage. You lose leverage because look at the NFL. The NFL is going to roll on with or without Kaepernick. Right or wrong, and in my opinion, as wrong as it was for the NFL did to Kaepernick in the onset, and what they continue to do being wrong, the NFL, regardless. Who are the top quarterbacks in the league right now? Who are the top quarterbacks in the league right now? Why do I bring that up? Russell Wilson, black. Lamar Jackson, black. Patrick Mahomes, black. This is a few off the top of my head right now. Dak Prescott, black. And there's more that I'm forgetting. This is the first time ever that you've had this many black quarterbacks in the upper echelon of the NFL. So what I'm saying is continuing to be lost with what Kaepernick is doing right now. And I really hope he has not lost sight of the real issues. If you don't get back in the league anymore, whatever. It is what it is. I still not convinced that he wants to be back. But don't just do this just for the sake of doing it. That's what I don't like, man. So, we'll see. That's kind of my thoughts on that. I see what's going on. Devin, Sarah, Brian Clay, how you doing today? I'm about to get up out of here. Dominic says, what happened on Saturday only fueled the rhetoric on both sides of the argument. Pro-Kaepernick, C, they never wanted to let him back in the league. Anti-Kaepernick, C, he is hard to work with. He has nothing to do with kneeling. That's a great point, brother. It's a great point. Can't wait to talk to you, man, on tomorrow on our Business of Sports segment where we're going to really dive into this, and I can't wait to get your thoughts on that. I know you just kind of gave some of your thoughts right there. But, hey, we'll see, man. We shall see. But that's going to do it for me today. I think I done talked as much as I can on that. Even though I could say more, but that's I want to leave some for y'all to wait on going forward, man. But going to be a big show tomorrow. Stay tuned for tomorrow morning. Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. We'll be back in the building with some more hot fire for you guys to talk about in the world of everything, from sports to news to everything else. Be sure you keep up with Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. Like our Facebook page. Go up there, click on the page, follow us, like us, do whatever you got to do. Keep up with this great programming that we got on this independent media outlet. GKP, he says, how about him, Dak? Dak, he had 444 yards last night. Y'all did something against them Lions, man. Jeff Driscoll, I believe, was the quarterback for the Lions, a quarterback that was terrible at Florida, but actually looked pretty good against the Cowboys defense. I don't know what that, but nonetheless, that's going to do it for me. I'm out of here, and I will see you guys next time right here on Talk Back Live Network.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or a mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or a mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or a mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
Would be his workout at a local. Kaepernick's aide said because of the unusual liability waiver the NFL asked Colin to sign, and because the league would not allow media to attend the workout. Kaepernick threw for 45 minutes in front of reps from 8 NFL teams, and afterwards Cap said he has been ready to play for the past 3 years, and the ball is now in the league's court. So, Shannon, from all of this, what is your biggest takeaway?
I'm disappointed with how Cap handled the situation. I think everybody knows that's watched this show for the last 3 years, Skip. I've been one of Cap's biggest supporters. You and I talked about this, I believe, every single day for about 3 or 4 months. When everybody else touched on it at the beginning and left the subject alone, you and I talked about it. I talked to Cap. I knew how much he wanted to get back into the league. Mm-hmm. And I even coined the term. I said, I said, Cap has been whiteballed. That has not changed. But the way he handled this situation, Skip, now, he knew that he received this on a very short notice. Mm-hmm. He could have said, my representatives have just given me word that the NFL has set up a workout for me. I will get back to you as soon as I know more details. He jumped in head first. Mm-hmm. So you knew this was going to be on a Saturday. Mm-hmm. He turns around because he's in his camp and his supporters says the NFL wants to control the narrative. Well, the NFL says, we damn sure not going to let you control the narrative. And he fell into a trap that they set. Because by him doing it, they see he's a diva. That's more trouble than what he's worth. Mm-hmm. Now, you had 25 was there. Because let me tell you what happens. And I'm going to put it in terms that people can understand. Skip Bayless, let's just say for the sake of argument, there's something going on. You don't really want to attend anyway.
Okay.
30 minutes before you're supposed to get there, you receive a call said, we're moving the venue. What you think you're going to do?
I'm good.
Thank you. And that's what 25 did. That's what 17 of the 25 that were there, they said, no, we good.
Well, it's the drive. It's over an hour drive.
It's in a Flowery Branch. Mm-hmm. That's what north. Way north.
And this high school
and this is south.
Way south.
And I know people say, well, but if they came there, they could have saw him play. Riverdale is like the airport, like 15, 20 minutes away.
True.
But they didn't want to be there to begin with. So this was my thing is, Skip, if you wanted the media to be there, you could have just scheduled your own workout. You see, what Cap is trying to do is Cap is trying to appease an audience that has no role in him getting a job. You can showcase your talent for the media all you want to. You can try to appease your fan base all you want to, but they will play no role in you getting a job. Cap, you show up to a job interview with a Kunta Kinte shirt? You trying to antagonize? I get it. Cap keeping it real. Cap gonna keep it real and keep being unemployed.
Yep.
Because the people, and then he came out as like belligerent, like angry. NFL 32 owners, Roger Goodell, stop running. Scouts, tell your bosses I'm Really? So you know what they saying? This is it. We good. Bro, I came out here. Those that saw me saw the way that I can still throw the football. I can still play at a very, very high level. All I want now, if anybody that's going to watch this video, hopefully the people that were in attendance, they can go back and tell their people to bring me in for a closer look. I have no problem. But to defiantly say, bro, when you're dealing with men of wealth and power, they do not like to be told what to do. And when normally, and through my experience, when you tell someone like that, do this or else, they'll always choose else. I thought there was a very, very small chance. I thought it was like on Saturn that he could get back. But this has moved way past Pluto. I don't see a scenario that Colin Kaepernick plays another down in the NFL.